We head to the NFC North for this episode of Monkey Night Fight Picks, true fantasy focused. I'm Derek Tate alongside the rest of the fantasy focused crew. That's Ryan Levy down there. That's Matt Bucks as we break down the game between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. And boy, what a week it was, and a debut for the 2020 version of Aaron Rodgers. And you think he may have had a point to prove to say, hey, thanks for drafting Jordan Love. You guys made a mistake. I'm still the man here in Green Bay. Hell of a debut from Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense. This week, they take the Pack Attack back to Lambeau Field to take on the Detroit Lions, who gave up a 17-point lead to the Mitchell Trubisky-led Chicago Bears in what turned out to be an epic not to mention DeAndre Swift dropped the game-winning touchdown, but I digress.
God.
Don't throw up into the mic, guys. Don't do it. But
disgusting.
So how do we see this till playing out game flow-wise between – and Kenny Golladay is on the shelf yet again for the Detroit Lions. How do we see this one playing out game flow-wise between the Lions and the Packers at Lambeau Field? Levy, I'll throw it to you first.
Yeah, I tend to side with Vegas when I'm looking at this, and especially for fantasy matchups. But Vegas is expecting this to be, I believe, the second or third highest scoring game. They've got it set at a 50-point total. So for fantasy purposes, I like this. I think there's going to be a pretty pass-heavy game here. I like Aaron Jones on the ground, of course. I'm staying away from the Detroit backfield personally because it's just too much of a mess right now. There's not a lot of clarity. But yeah, impressive debut for Aaron Rodgers. Love to see that. I'm curious to see what you guys think here, though. Back to Vegas, the Packers are 6-point favorites. So game script wise, the Lions should be playing from behind. Are we going to lean with Matty Stafford here?
No, I'm going Aaron Rodgers all day. More of the same. I think they keep the recipe going this week.
So first off, if you haven't checked out monkeynightfight.com, you're looking at it right here. Go to the website, create an account. When you make your first deposit of $50 or more using the promo code FOCUS, Monkey Night Fight will match up to $50 into your account on the first deposit. But now that we got that out of the way, like you guys are saying Aaron Rodgers, Bucky, you're saying Aaron Rodgers as far as, putting up more passing yardage, even though Matt Stafford is getting 10.5 passing yards. I don't think that the Lions are going to be able to run the football like they did last week, even though it was a surprising performance from Adrian Peterson and company. I'm actually going to lean Matthew Stafford. I think the Packers offense is going to dice up this Detroit defense, even though they're not as bad as people think. But I just don't see a repeat for performance from Aaron Rodgers of that magnitude. I still think he's very effective. I still think he's going to carve up the Lions. But I think they're going to be playing with the lead heading into the fourth quarter. We're going to see more of Aaron Jones, more of this rushing game against the Detroit Lions unit up front. So actually, I would take Matthew Stafford, who's getting 10.5 yards in this matchup. I think they're going to have to try to keep up with Rodgers and company.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Stafford as well. I think he throws for 300 yards in this game. It's gonna be close though, but I am gonna go Stafford. I agree. The Packers are gonna be leading this game headed into the fourth quarter. Love Aaron Jones this week. I think he's gonna have a monster game.
Cool. Sorry, Buck. We're not throwing you in the bathroom for everything on this specific rapid fire opening contest that we're discussing here on our episode. But we got receiving yards. And we talk about debuts. Aaron Rodgers was impressive, but so was Davante Adams, who just absolutely destroyed the Minnesota secondary all day long. 2 tutties through the air, over 100 yards receiving. And he's going up against Marvin Jones, who, again, the Lions are without their main pass-catching threat at wide receiver in Kenny Golladay. We did see Quintez Cephas see 10 targets, I think it was? Only 3
targets. Yeah, 3 receptions. The efficiency meters fell off the board.
Just a little bit, but he's actually getting 35.5 receiving yards for in his heads-up matchup against Davante Adams here. Bucky, I'll throw it to you first. How do you see this playing out between these two as far as receiving yardage?
Zaire Alexander plays for the Packers. I'm going to go Davante Adams here.
Yeah, I expected so much more from Marvin Jones in week 1, and I believe he had close to 10 targets. He had 8 targets and he only went 4 for 55. I'm going to go Adams here. That's a lot of yards, but I'm going to go Adams.
I mean, who in the secondary for the the Lions is going to slow down Devontae Adams? Even though I expect the Packers to have a lead and Aaron Rodgers isn't going to have to throw the ball to accumulate 350 yards to win this game, but who's going to slow down Devontae Adams? I don't have an answer to that question in that secondary. I mean, do you think it? I don't think it's anybody. Let's put it that way. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't think it's anybody. I definitely don't think it's going to be Darryl Roberts. So yeah, give me Devontae Adams on this matchup in particular. Like Jair Alexander is going to make life difficult for Marvin Jones, to say the very least. But the last one is receptions, boys, and we've got the slot machine that is Danny Amendola against TJ Hawkinson, who's getting a half a reception. Give me Danny Amendola. I just saw him far more involved target-wise last week than TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson was great, and I think he's a great red zone threat, and I'm excited to see what he does for the rest of this upcoming season. But if you're talking about when you're playing from behind and you have Marvin Jones on the outside that's going to be dealing with Jair Alexander, give me Danny Amendola. I like his matchup in particular this week against the Packers.
Yeah, I'm on board with this as well. I actually like Hawk to score. I like him a lot this year as a top 12 fantasy tight end in season-long leagues and in general on a week-to-week basis in DFS. But if I'm going game flow here, I like Danny Amendola. He's going to get some garbage yardage and catches here. So let's go Danny A.
Can I get a zoom in on both those fellas, please?
Yes. Give me a sec.
Look at that haircut for Amendola.
Yeah, I'm going Amendola. That looks exactly like a few people I knew when we were in 7th grade, TJ Hawkinson. So I'm gonna go Amendola here. Grown man status.
Love it.
I do respect the Hawk, though. I don't want him coming after me.
Oh, it's no longer available. Fantastic.
We just took too long. It's still there.
Oh, it is?
We timed out.
Guess what? I don't know. What do you mean timed out? Like, it should not time me out when I'm sitting here trying to play. All I want to do is just play games and Monkey Knife Fight. So, but we're going to go ahead and do what my favorite is we're picking 6 for 6 for 35 times your buy-in. Let's go ahead and jump to the more or less contest as we've got Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Marvin Jones, and Danny Amendola. We'll kick it off with the quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, 285.5 passing yards. Buckey, more or less?
More.
Oh, man. I'm going to go less. I think it's an Aaron Jones day. I think Aaron Jones runs for 130 yards and Rodgers throws for like 260 and 3 scores.
I'm going to go with, again, 285 is pretty high for a team that I think is going to have the lead. So for that reason, I'm going to go the less. I still think Rodgers throws for a 250 spot, but I just think that there's not going to be the need for him to top that 300-yard mark. So give me the less on the 285. For Matthew Stafford, Buckey, 275.5.
Less.
Man, okay.
Wow, I'll take more on that one all day.
I was going to say more. I mean, he finished 3 yards shy of 300 yards passing against the Chicago Bears secondary, and really he should have topped 300 because DeAndre Swift dropped the game-winning touchdown last week. I thought Stafford was, without Kenny Golladay, pretty damn effective against that Chicago Bears secondary. So I think he'll be just as effective. And he's, certainly the Lions offense is going to stall a little bit here and there. But one thing I can guarantee or I feel confident in is that Matty Staff's going to have to keep throwing the ball around the yard to try to keep up with Aaron Rodgers and company. So I've got more, Bucky. I'm sorry we're disagreeing on both to start off. Devontae Adams, 7.5 receptions.
This is tough. This is
extremely difficult. I'm going to go more.
I just don't trust the other receiving options much there, even though Rodgers is apparently trusts Lazard a lot now. He publicly said that. So that's good news. And MVS had a nice game.
Yeah, most valuable Scantling.
Yeah. Shit. I'll go more. I think he gets 8 catches.
Yeah, no, this is a really hard one to kind of predict. It could be 6, it could be 7, it could be 8, it could be 9, it could be 10.
It could be 14.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go last week.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, 7.5, having to hit 8 receptions in a game is, man, that's a tall order.
Go less. I forgot about my roots here at Less Inc. I'm going less.
Okay. I still think he can have a 7-catch, 120-yard performance.
Right.
Just, I mean, is he going to 14 passes is just so damn high, but he's fully capable of doing it. But
they did a really good job of setting the line on this one. This put my brain in a pretzel.
Yeah, I'm ball pretzeled out right now. Look like an Auntie Anne's in my dome.
Actually, not for Aaron Jones. I feel pretty confident that he's going more.
Well, I meant Adams. The Jones one. They botched this. Slam the over. Slam the more.
Bucky.
Slam it, Derek.
All right, cool. 58.5 receiving yards for Marvin Jones. I know he's got that matchup against Jair Alexander. I don't expect him to have a monster game, but as the number 1 receiving threat on the outside for Matthew Stafford, Bucky, do you think he gets to 59 yards receiving?
59 is a great number, and the answer is yes.
Yeah, I'm on board with that one too. I think he gets it, and for the next one, I'll go Danny Amendola more as well.
Yeah, for Amendola, Bucky, do you have any? I mean, I know you like his haircut. Reminds you of Better Days, but
yeah, I could use a haircut. I didn't think we were getting into personal things here. I quite like my ball player flow, but I respect that professional photo of Danny Amendola more.
I'm going more as well. Caught 5 passes in week 1. I think he
won't die. He just won't die.
He's a lunch pail guy.
He's the Frank Gore of receivers.
His fantasy value, man, it just, like you said, it won't. I keep expecting it to go away at some point, and it continues on.
Do you want 8 points a game and you're low? You got injuries? Throw in Danny.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna throw a 2 spot. I'd play every single one of these 35 times buy-ins on monkeyknifefight.com. And if you haven't yet come across monkeyknifefight.com, as that'll do it for our picks for this game between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Go to monkeyknifefight.com. Use the promo code FOCUS when you make your first deposit into your brand new account. And Monkey Knife Fight will match up to $50 on that first account. Our first deposit. Man, I'm all over the place. I'm just excited that we have football back for week 2 of NFL action. And this is your first time coming across the YouTube channel. Of course, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our fantasy football content heading into the rest of the 2020 season. Everybody, until next time. Oh man, I can't even get my sign-off line right. Until next time, good luck and later, says the Tater.
See you guys.
See ya.
Somebody's